guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. Today is another beautiful day, waking up in Jamaica, and we just got room service. We're calling this our delayed honeymoon, so we get a special honeymoon breakfast room service. So that's what we're starting the day off with today. We have our COVID test today to get back into the States, and we also are going snorkeling, and then we have to go look at our photos from yesterday, and then we have reservations for dinner tonight. But for breakfast today, we have pancakes, apple and orange juice, and toast, I guess muffins, more pancakes, and then ham and eggs. So that is our current spread. We're going to eat this and then get started with our day. Alright guys, David and I are out for a walk right now. Breakfast was delicious. We're just walking around exploring. We're gonna head back to our room right now though, so that we can get our passports and masks for our COVID tests. We have to get it to get back into the States, and so it's free here. We have to wear masks when we leave the resort, aka on the bus to cross the street to the beach, and then into the nursing center for our testing. But other than that, we don't have to wear masks here because everyone had to test negative to get in, you know? So that's what the first thing on our agenda is, and then we'll be off to snorkeling. I'm so excited for that. That's included in this, so no extra money, which is great. But we're gonna go back to the room now, and we'll probably check in with you guys after the COVID test. Hi guys. My COVID test came back positive. So there's that. I tested negative. I got my results back on Friday. And then today is Wednesday. And now it's positive. So they did the rapid 15-minute test, and that's what showed up within a few minutes, and so they called me back in and did the next level of testing where they send it off to the lab. So now I'm quarantined in this room until tomorrow night. We're supposed to leave on Friday, so that's the rest of our vacation. And David is not allowed in here with me. So he had to come in and pack a bag, and we're gonna be separated. And if my next test comes back positive also, we're stuck here separated for another 10 days. And I understand how, the logistics of this and why it's important and all of that and everything. This is why I got vaccinated, so that we wouldn't run into this problem. And I didn't bring my laptop to get work done. I'm self-employed. I need to be working if I'm just sitting and doing nothing. David doesn't have the extra PTO, and then the lady, she's been very nice. They've been all very wonderful about keeping it on the down low and not bringing any attention to me. But I'm very frustrated. We were looking forward to this for a long time, and here we are. This is our third day, and I can't even go outside. And I understand why it's important. We don't want to spread it and all of that. But I'm just very emotional about it, and I'm worried I'm gonna go crazy. And for our rooms, we get a discounted rate, but we can't leave. I can't order room service. I have one employee that I get to talk to who can drop things off. I already am not in love with all the food here, so I hope I'm not here for 10 days. Yeah, because the discounted rate for the rooms, whatever, we have to pay that out of pocket, and then we have to go through our travel insurance at a later date. But still, $200 a night times 10 days is $2,000, and we'd have to do it twice because we can't be together, and that's $4,000. We're gonna have to redo everything for our flights. All of our excursions that we booked for today and tomorrow we can't do anymore. I can't go out to eat and eat the reservations, and I can't even be with David. So I'm just like hoping that the next test comes back as negative and it's just a little bump in the road and we just get to go home on Friday. I don't even care that we miss the rest of vacation. I just want to go home on Friday. I just need to calm down before I call my family. So David's allowed to use the private pool. So he's out there and we're yelling at each other to talk. But they're putting him in the room right over there next door. So that's where he'll be. So we can at least call each other on the phone, and then he's trying to do things to make me laugh. But we'll be able to at least call each other on the phone and then look at each other while we talk. So that's nice. So it's now like 4:30. So it has been, I don't know, quite a few hours. Our COVID tests were at 10 this morning. So I'm hanging in there. David did end up getting the room right next door. They sent people in to clean it for the people who left, and he's good. He also went down to the pool, so I'm glad like he's at least out doing something. I don't know how I feel still. Obviously, I've been vlogging this whole trip, and you guys know that I've had a headache for the past couple of days. I was just thinking that that was, you know, unlimited alcohol, me drinking a lot here, and not drinking much water and just being out in the sun all day. So I that's what like I was thinking my headache was for. As you guys can also probably hear, I sound very congested today. This is new. I've had a runny nose like since we got here, but I was again chalking it up to like allergies and the weather being so different, and like there's so many like flowers and stuff here. I was like, oh, there's probably like a lot of pollen in the air. I even googled it this morning. I was like, how is the allergy level in Jamaica right now? And the weather report that I found said the pollen is like very, very high and higher than normal. So I was like, okay, totally just allergies. You know, I'm vaccinated. I didn't think that I would get COVID, but we'll see what the next test says. I also think that I want to send David home on Friday. He got his negative test. He's not really been around me since. And he's still approved to fly on Friday. And as much as it like breaks my heart to like send him like away and like leave me here, he like is running out of PTO, and it just doesn't make sense for him to stay here and just basically be by himself while I'm by myself. And I'd rather like send him home to like get the car from the airport and like get our dog, and you know, it'd make him feel better to go back to work, because I know like mentally being in this room for the next 10 days, it's gonna be the worst. But like I've been through worse and I can do this, but David struggles with things like this more than I do. And I know it would be easier on like his mental health if he went home and like I can do this. So I don't know. It's not like I'm like needing to be taken care of or I'm like completely sick or anything. Obviously with me crying, it doesn't help my nose running, so that's great. But I'm thinking about it, because if we have to like cancel our flights and we don't get like a refund for those to get home and then rebook ones for us to go later, we're already paying how much money out of pocket to stay here extra long, and like flights on top of that. Like I just don't want to have to worry about getting refunded for everything, and I'd rather just like send him on his way so that he like can at least feel normal, you know? I think I'm stuck, but I've been through worse and you guys know that, so. But, well, I'm so glad I brought my reader. I wish I brought my laptop. I could be getting so much work done. I wish I brought backup memory cards. But I got my reader. I downloaded a couple more books, so I'm going to be reading. And I tried to get Netflix and Hulu on here, but we don't have good enough Wi-Fi in our room for it to work, so that's okay. But that's my update for today. David wanted me to check and see if you could hear how squeaky the bed in here was in the other room, because there were people in there last night and our bed was not very quiet.
Alright, hey guys. Yeah, I'm not Elizabeth, I'm David. You know, everything's happening with Elizabeth. She's probably keeping you guys updated, but I told her that I would take the GoPro or the camera and try to get a little bit more vlogging for her, just because I know she would appreciate it, and she'd probably do something similar for me if I was in her situation. So I'm just trying to keep her happy and do some things. She told me to still have fun, so I stayed up by the room with her for a little bit, a couple hours, and came down here to the pool just to sit here and relax for a little bit, about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna go ahead and get us a few drinks and take them up to the room for her, and maybe I'll sit outside of her room and we can talk for a little bit while we have a drink together. That's the closest we'll be able to get together for a while, so let's do it. Getting those steps in the day, currently hiking up the hill. Let's see if my wife will have a drink with me. Would you like to have a drink with me? Cheers. For all of you who guessed that my wife would indeed have a drink with me, the answer was yes. Look at her just reading her book because she has, oh wait, no. I think she's on her phone now. Getting out of bed, come find me. Oh. Alright guys, so I am dressed for, I guess now it's my reservation, but I'm gonna get Elizabeth dinner as well. She told me she wants me to go out and experience our reservation, even though she cannot go, but I'm gonna go and try some new foods and text her the menu and get her what she wants, so then she can try some new foods while I watch outside her door. And yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously wish my wife was with me, but some things are out of my control, and we're just gonna roll with it. I stopped out and talked to her for about 10 minutes before I headed out. Got her approval on my clothes because it's what I always do. And yep, on our way. We'll see how this goes. You know, I'm starting to think that Elizabeth is the lucky one tonight, because I am walking in rain. Can't really see it, I guess, but yeah, it's coming down, and it's not a downpour, but it's not light either. So I guess we'll see what happens first. I find the restaurant or it stops raining, which right now it's coming down harder, so it looks like hopefully I can find the restaurant, and the rain well, it's not going to stop, so hopefully it slows down. Oh well, you can't see it, but I got the Bohemian shrimp fritters. Looking forward to it. Here's my steak. Woo! Mashed potatoes, vegetables, and my steak.
Today starts day 2. Hopefully they count it as day 2, not day 1. It rained all night last night, and it is still raining this morning. The pool is overflowing. So that means that while it's raining, David can't sit on the other side of the door and talk to me. So update, I've been talking to my sister and my aunt this morning, so I'm nice and chatted out now. I just messaged my girl from Sandals and she's gonna send me up some breakfast. So my first order came through a food from messaging her and ordering it. They say they have to send it in paper bags because they will not, I guess, accept plates back into the system when you're COVID positive. I got pancakes and ham, so I guess I'm gonna eat this. Alright, so they sent pancakes and syrup, and then I will not eat all of this. So they also did not send any silverware or utensils, so they'll probably just be ripping these pancakes and dipping them in syrup like I did when I was a kid. So awesome. Here is the first of many days of this. This is the only hand sanitizer type of anything I have in here, so I used a bunch of them and wiped down David's stuff to put it outside the room so he could come and get it. That way he'll at least have like a change of clothes and stuff over there.
Good morning, guys. So I guess I'm gonna go to breakfast. It's the next day. Brought Elizabeth food last night and from a reservation that she wasn't able to go to, and she liked it, so it was good. It was raining the entire time. I was soaked in rain last night, and I just looked at the weather. Looks like it's supposed to rain it all day again. So I'm gonna go down and get breakfast. I think Elizabeth's breakfast is covered. They have someone getting her breakfast, but I'll still get her something if she wants it. Honestly, if it's supposed to rain all day, I don't know what I'm gonna do other than sit in the room. Or if there's a little break, I might go outside and sit on one side of the pool while Elizabeth sits right outside her door or something, so we could actually see each other and talk like normal people. Sorry about my crazy hair. If it's crazy, I rolled out of bed about 5 minutes ago, but I guess, I don't know, I guess we're gonna play it by ear.
What happens though if you test positive? Yeah. He just doesn't think I'm safe here by myself. More rain. David just went down to the pool so he could sit out and then get lunch, but looks like he'll probably be back sooner than expected.
When it rains, it pours.
David's on his way back up with food, and he texted me and like asked what I wanted and stuff, and I was like, I guess I'll like try something new today and I'll get a hot dog. And so he texted me and said, oh well, all the hot dog buns have sesame seeds on them, so I'm literally just bringing you 2 hot dogs now. I just feel like I can't win with this food. I didn't like it before. I really don't like being limited, like a limited menu for being in the room. Like without him running to get stuff, I have like 4 options to have that I'll like maybe consider eating. But I'm like literally the worst part, I'm not even hungry either. Like I don't want to eat it. I know it's not going to be like great food, so I'm like just not even like having the appetite to entertain it. Like if you give me a freaking Chipotle burrito right now, like sure, I'll absolutely have that, but like all the food here I have no appetite to eat. But like the thing that I'm dreading over the next however many days is the food. I don't know how I'm gonna do the food. So this is lunch today. Some naked hot dogs. And look at that, my babe's calling for our lunch date chat. Yay! I think I'm gonna take a shower and change my clothes because that's gonna be the highlight of my day today, aside from seeing my lovely husband when he stands on the other side of the glass door. However, I'm realizing really quickly, I only planned on being here for like 5 days, and adding 10 days onto that, I'm gonna run out of clothes, I'm gonna run out of underwear. I hope I don't start my period while I'm here, because like that would be awful. So that's great. That's great. That's what we're dealing with. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, you probably saw that I posted this thing on my story. If you had all the time in the world to learn, try, do something new, what would that thing be? And then I got some responses for that. And so I didn't say I was quarantined in Jamaica and I needed things to do. But if you participated in that little questionnaire and gave me suggestions, I started to write them down so that I can go through them every day that I'm here and do something new. So a lot of people said learn American Sign Language or another language. So I have one that says to watch a video to do that for one day, either American Sign Language or pick up my German again, since I hope to go to Germany next year. The next one is learn to French braid my own hair, because I think that would be really fun and I want to learn how to do it anyway. I also have one in here to work out. If you guys watched my Falling in Love with Myself Again video from who knows how long ago now, I joined Pure Barre and I had an unlimited membership, and it'll expire before I probably can make it back to the States. So I don't know if I'll pay for it again, but I'm going to try either their online stuff or try another type of workout program here. But I'm just brainstorming ideas, trying to come up with some new ones to keep me busy. I've just been reading and playing solitaire, so that's what I've been up to. Quite exciting.
Yes, dearest.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
They just called, and
Why?
it's positive, and so I have to stay here, but they said that you're not allowed to stay with me.
So I have to go home?
Yeah, they're gonna relocate me to a new room tomorrow, but you have to go out on the flight tomorrow.
Alright, I'm hanging up. I'll be out in a second. Let me put some pants on.
Okay. So I guess you guys heard that. My second test also came back positive. They made the decision for us and said that David is not allowed to stay on the resort. He has to go back on the airport transfer. They do not have room for him here, and he has to go home tomorrow without me. And tomorrow morning I will be picked up and transferred to like the COVID area in at Sandals here somewhere, in a room by myself. I don't know what all of that will entail, but that is that. I don't know what to do about my flights. Obviously, I guess David has to check in and fly back home tomorrow, but they basically told me that I'm on my own for paying for new flights, but they will not tell me when I get tested again and when I will be allowed to fly back, because today marks only day one, even though it was quarantined for basically all day yesterday. Today is day one because today is the day that I got my results back. It's not the day that you test, which is the stupidest thing in the world to me, because the sample was taken yesterday, and I think day one should have started yesterday. But now I have 9 more days. I do not know if I'm quarantined for a full 10 days before I am allowed to go to the airport and fly home, or if it's on technically day 11, or if I can, like, on the 10th day go to the airport. But she basically said when I get my test negative, I am on the first shuttle back to the airport away from the resort. They did not say if my flights would be booked then. They did not say anything. She did not give me any information. It's been very frustrating. I feel helpless. It's just gonna be very, very rough 10, 11, 12 days. So I'm getting no help. She called around 4:30, and then I called David, and then he came over and we yelled at each other through the window so we could talk. And then I called my dad, and he called his parents, and I called my aunt. So now it's after 6, and no one is available with the booking information people who can help me talk about my flight options. So I guess that has to wait, but I know it's smart. I know it's the right decision to send him home so he can get back to work and so that he can be back with our house and our dog. And since his test was negative, if he tests positive tomorrow, because he was around me, and just test positive later, I want to be assured that he is back home and he won't be stuck here for even longer. But I don't want him to leave me. I'm fine. I'm a grown-ass girl. I got this. It doesn't scare me to travel by myself or be alone. But I love him so much, and it means the world to me. Even just seeing him on the other side of the door, being able to talk to him that way. This is just gonna be hard. So that's that. I have no more answers. I'm packing to go to my nice new COVID room tomorrow. I keep just pacing around the room, thinking this is the absolute worst. But it's not the worst. I've been through the worst. And this is manageable. But it freaking sucks. And all I want to do is cry about it. But it's not the worst. I've been through the worst. You guys know that I've been through the worst. But I feel the last time I felt I was stuck and helpless and had no options and no choices of anything was when I was in North Carolina looking for my mom. So, I don't know. I know this is not the worst, but it sure is rough. So it's been quite a few hours. I have been on the phone with a lot of different people, mainly my family, and how they are really good at finding people in charge. So David is allowed to stay if we book him a different, a regular room here. He has to pay the regular rate and everything to stay. So he has the option. However, after thinking about it, I want to send him home. This is a decision that we made together. It is not, I don't know, we were trying to think about the smartest thing to do and the decision that makes the most sense. And I do not think having him here where he feels helpless is good for either of us, because I constantly worry about him when I'm in here and he constantly worries about me when he's out there. Once I switch to a new room and I'm quarantined in a new space, I won't have this door. I think I'll have a balcony is what the lady said. I won't have access to talk to him. He won't bring me food, and he's basically helpless here. So I'm sending him home. I wouldn't say that my dad slash family is very supportive about that yet. I'm a big girl. I'm fine. I got this. I can do it. And I did also receive clarity that I will get tested on day 8 of my quarantine. So that's on September 2nd, which is, I believe, yeah, it's next Thursday. So it's a week from today, which I don't know if that matches up with the timeline she's been giving me before. But she said that I will be able to fly out on the 4th if that comes back as negative. So we're hoping. But I've called American Airlines to reschedule my stuff, and the lady was so sweet. It was yeah, I'm just calling because I've tested positive for COVID. And she was oh my, I'm so sorry. And I was it was one of those I'm sorry that she meant it, and I was I just needed to hear that after my long day. But she was awesome. But I need to go through Sandals to redo my flights without because if I would go through American Airlines, they'd reschedule both David and I, and it's a long story. But I want David to go home. I think it'll be best, and I got this. I will be fine here. It'll be good. He'll be home. We'll be good. That's my non-emotional, very smart, cried all my tears out, talked to my best friends answer for right now. So he's going home tomorrow, and I'm so over the moon excited for him. So here's to quarantining for the next week before I get to see someone for a COVID test, and then hopefully 2 days after that I will be flying out. I can't wait. So, yeah, I'll check in back with you guys sometime tomorrow. quarantine. They're only counting it as day 2 though, since my result came back yesterday. And David just left. I'm about to freaking lose my mind. This is so little I asked for. I had to order room service. I asked for waffles and hash browns, and they sent me just waffles covered in freaking cheese. I won't eat this, and I already waited over 2 hours from when I ordered it. I think today is gonna be one of the hardest days. I'm gonna miss David so much, but we agreed that we do not want to risk him testing positive next week and then having to start all this again. So this is what is best. I got this. I can do it. It's been a while. It's now a little after 11. I think I rescheduled my flight. I had to pay $56.50, so that was paid, but I have not gotten an email with like my new confirmation number and everything. But I don't know. So officially I should be leaving here at 12:49 p.m. on the 4th of September and arriving back at CVG just before 10 p.m. So fingers crossed I'm on that flight. So now I'm just gonna pack up my things for my room change and then read for a while, maybe. Oh yes, in regard to symptoms, I can now breathe out of both nostrils. I feel like I continuously cry on and off. So like when I start to cry, my nose just runs and runs, but I haven't cried in like an hour, so that's good. My lunch is here. They also sent me silverware with this one, so that's great. This little kitty sitting out here like David was. David's on the plane. He just texted me. He found a seat. He's good to go and he's going home. I'm so excited for him. So it's almost 4 o'clock now. I have not been transferred. That was what I was gonna say. My smoke detector batteries in my room are dying. Alright guys, I made it to my new room. I had some pizza for dinner. This room I feel like is much better so far. So obviously the door is here behind me. This is like a giant mirror. You open this, you have some extra like sheets and stuff for that. I think people who have like a worse case of COVID than I do sweat a lot at night, so it's good that they have extra sheets in here. Then you turn and ta-da, here's the room. So kind of similar, kind of different. Big bed. I love that I have this light because the other room was like super dark, and I have 2 other lamps and then that lamp in the corner too. They have me all set up with gloves, gowns, waste bags, extra trash bags because they can't come in and get my food, but he said that if I just leave it outside like tied up, they'll come and get it. Wipes to wipe, like washcloths to spray things and wipe things down so that I can clean if you know I need to. Dustpan, broom, because cleaning can't come in here, which makes sense. He did say note that my mini fridge was basically empty, so I'm glad I packed some waters. He said he's gonna work on it, but you know we're on island time, so working on it doesn't really go fast. But TV, all of this, chair. Out here I have just a view of this and then a little sitting area, balcony area. I am allowed to sit out there, so that's great. Let's see, in here, oh yes, little desk. In here I'm also all set with a ton of towels, which we love. I packed 2 of each shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotion, but it looks like I am all set in here. I also have more like hand soap, hand sanitizer, wipes, another rag, blow dryer, all the things that I need. This is still just a screen, but I feel like that's standard here. I also have a nice like bathtub area, and this one does have a stopper, so maybe one day I can like take a bath and that will be like a highlight of the day, you know? I probably am going to have to like shave my legs on this trip at some point, so that would be a good thing. But I am on the beach side now. Can't see the beach. They kind of took me through like the employee entrance, which I'm glad that they did, because the guy who came to my room was like fully decked out in like face shield, head cap, the gown, gloves, shoe covers, everything. So they're at least taking it all seriously, you know? So here's the room. We're good for the night. That's another day wrapped in quarantine.